let's assume it's this scenario. It's a $500,000-$600,000 listing. How much money do we make when we sell that listing?
600 is 15K gross.
Okay. And again, how much can we probably get an appraisal for, Jason? No.
I thought you were asking about like
No.
your lakeside appraisal again or something.
I wish, yes, I wish I took a $4,400 bet, and I didn't. And contingencies are all removed. It's closing next
But a
week.
couple $100. Yeah, you could probably, Scott will probably do it for like $150, $200 like Jared said.
All right, so let's assume $200. All right, so if we get in like tied into it with or locked in with a seller, and they're like, "Well, I want this number," and you're recommending this number, what if you just throw out there, say, "Hey, you know what? It sounds like we have a little bit of difference of opinion on numbers. What if we had an appraiser come in here, an unbiased third party, and had them come in and do an appraisal on the property? And I'll cover the cost of it. How about this? I'll pay to have an appraiser come out here. Let's let them appraise the property, and let's just both agree that we'll go with the number they come up with. Is that fair? If that's going to help me get the listing and all I got to spend is $200, I'll pay $500. I don't care. I'll pay $1,000 if that like guarantees me the listing. It's another way that you could go with it. And I don't know if you guys have ever ordered an appraisal before, but if you call Scott or Dave, you're like, "Hey, Scott, I need an appraisal on this property." Scott's going to say, "All right, well, where do you think it should come in at?"
That's a wrap.
Just going to put it out there. So that's one way to go. The thing that I do a lot in my listing appointments is I have a little book I give the seller, and then I have all the MLS printouts. And as I go through the comps, I'll ask the seller, "Hey, do you believe that this home is about the same as yours, or a little better, or a little worse?" It's about the same. Okay. Just want a better, worse, about the same. Oh, that one's worse. Better, worse, about the same. Same. Better, worse, about the same. Oh, those are both better. Okay. So, Mr. Seller, we both agree that these are the homes that are most similar to yours, correct? Correct. Okay. These homes are priced in the $480,000 to $500,000 range. So if we agree that these are the homes that are most similar to your property, wouldn't you agree that we need to price our home within the same range that these properties sold at? It's very easy. And they're like, "No, I want to price it higher." Okay. But we already agreed that these homes are a little better than yours. And even these homes didn't sell for that number that you're asking for. We agree that these are the homes that are the most similar to yours. This is where we need to price it. And let them, they almost dug their own grave in that scenario. So it's another way that you could do that. Jason.
I think expectations, so many sellers think whatever they list it for is what they're going to sell it for, right? So I think one of the good things that Kyle showed us in meetings in the past is, especially when he's competing against other agents, he's like, "Hey, here's what we list for and here's what we sell for." And what agents are you talking to? "Oh, they list here and they sell for here," right? Because most sellers really believe it's the list price. That's why they're arguing with you. They really think whatever they listed for is what they're going to get.
Right.
And we realize 95% of the time it's going to be less, right?
I mean, you can bring up a story.
Work out.
Yeah, it might. Right. But yes, it was because it was going up, right? Yeah.
I mean, you can and explain to them that you don't dictate the price, the buyers do, right? So if you price it right and it's legitimately worth that, the offers will come in at that price.
That's why-
taking your lakeside one, for example, right? So, I mean, just you can bring up past stories of, just because we list it here doesn't mean we can't get more money. It's just going to give us the most eyes on your property.
That's a great
bring
example.
it will bring in more offers.
Steve's idea is disarming too, because you can approach it by saying that, like, you don't need to be in confrontation. You can say, "Look, I do this a lot. I think I'm pretty well educated on it, but I don't proclaim to know it all. I could be wrong here. The market is going to tell us if you're right or if I'm right or if something in the middle is the case. So why don't we just do this and then we'll agree to do this if we have to adjust because of what the market's telling us."
And even if we list it at 500 and you get an offer at 500, doesn't mean you have to take it. If you're not happy with it,
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you.
No one would approve.
Yeah,
That's soft.
Oh, look, when
Bob, next time, just
Yeah. We've had hot coffee spill on people, so be careful.